Delighted to say that I'm joined by Dublin's James McCarthy. He's on hand to launch the AIG's new injury cash product. It's aimed at sports people and athletes of all levels to help provide some direct financial support and assistance in the event of a covered injury. For more information on AIG's injury cash, visit www.aig.ie/injury cash. James, delighted to be joined by you. You're back with your club now, Ballymun Kickums, and you're going to play Coola this weekend of round 3.
Oh yeah, not deployed to be on. Yeah, no, we've a big game on Sunday. Winner takes all. So, yeah, even though it's group stage, it's whoever wins goes through to quarterfinals. So yeah, it's a big game for us. Hope to get a big performance and get a win. A bit of luck.
And what's it like coming up against the other Dublin players in club football? I suppose it's no friends on the pitch.
No, friendships are very much put to the side. But yeah, there's obviously a few lads playing with Coola as well, Con and Fitzy and Patter and stuff. So yeah, look. Friendships to the side for the weekend, but yeah, no, it's good to see Con back playing as well, even though he's going to be coming up against us the weekend. But look, no, it's definitely good to see him back playing.
Yeah, he's doing well at the minute, but I suppose you can give a few insights then into what they're like. Obviously, management and stuff like that. You can, I suppose, help out in that way.
It's one thing knowing all right, but it's another thing trying to stop them on the pitch. But yeah, no, look, I'll obviously try and help the lads best we can, but sometimes the calm, particularly inside, can be a challenge to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dessie's going to stay on now as Dublin manager for a further 2 years. What was your reaction like when you heard that news?
Yeah, no, look, we're obviously delighted he's staying on. Although the last 2 seasons haven't been successful for us, we obviously been in semi-finals and the league didn't go too well for us last year. There's been obviously a huge change in players. We lost a large group of players the last 2 years. We've introduced lots of new players. And we're just trying to, build a strong group again, and mix the older guys, myself, the younger guys, and look, the likes of Larkin O'Dell's and Lee Gannon's and Tom Lehiff, they all made championship debuts last year, a couple of guys as well. And I was just trying to, for them guys, challenge for them is to get better again. Challenge for Fez and Big Seth to try and help as much as we can, and for us to get better as well. And that's what we need to do if you want to try and win the All-Ireland title next season. So yeah, look, we're delighted that he's staying on, and we're trying to build on the stronger second half of the season we had last year.
Yeah, you definitely finished really strong. I know, obviously, we'll talk about the semi-final. It has been, I suppose, a difficult 2 years. Would you think like that as a Dublin footballer, that it has been difficult? Obviously, you've 8 All-Irelands. You went through those years of we were watching probably one of the best Gaelic football teams maybe ever. And now you're going through this, as you said, maybe a bit of a transitional period with the older lads, the younger ones coming through. Was it a difficult 2 years?
Like, I wouldn't say difficult. He still had the aftermath of COVID hanging around 2021. It was a messy enough year of training and stuff like that. So this season felt like the first season that, it's back to normality really, I suppose, with crowds and no restrictions to your training and stuff. So that it was such a more enjoyable season this year for me anyway, compared to the last 2 years. That got brought back great appetite and stuff. But yeah, look, the last 2 seasons haven't been successful, and that's the reality of it. That's where we find ourselves. I still think we're a very strong group. I still think I think we have a good shot as anyone in the All-Ireland title. It's just trying to do it. So that's the next thing, and that's a challenge for us all. And we all have to have a look at ourselves this off season. We obviously came very close in the semi-final, but not close enough, and just trying to make them improvements to try and get over the line in big games. That's the challenge for everyone.
And when you were winning consistently, All Ireland after All Ireland, does it make you appreciate now at the moment? Is it like, do you yearn for those good days again?
Yeah, absolutely. Like of course, but I even always said it even when we were winning back then. Like all them games, there's so many tight games. Like we won games, semi-finals by score. Like we won replays. It could have very easily been the other way, and that's the way it was for us the last 2 seasons. Like even the semi-final this year, like tight game, and it was like last kick of the game for Sean O'Shea and France. It was a great kick to win it. I was on the other side of that a couple of times, so it's very small, very small things can tip them games, and that's like, unfortunately for us. And the last 2 seasons we were falling the other side. But the challenge for us as well is to look at the reasons why why that's happening, or is it a slight slice of luck at that time as well. Like obviously missing Con in the semi-final for ourselves it was a big loss to us, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. You have good and bad days in sport. The All-Ireland semi-final then against Kerry, it was one of the games of the year. You know, being there, the atmosphere was just incredible. It felt like I was at an All-Ireland. What was it like for you on the pitch?
Yeah, like it was special. It's always special atmosphere in them games, particularly just because we haven't had it for 2 years. You could feel it walking around. The place was cracking, and you just knew it was going to be you just knew it was going to be one of them games, a big game. Like, and we were under the cosh the first half. We kind of hung in there and came out and made the right game for the second half. But no, it was great to have that back again. That atmosphere and that kind of the energy and the I think everyone was enjoying it. Like.
And you were a late change that day due to an injury. So when did you know that you were going to be back?
Probably that week, the Thursday night. Like, as in, I've had a messy year this year with injuries, picking up a lot of silly muscle injuries and stuff. But it was tight. It was tight for myself and Con going to that game. We missed the Cork match, and it just worked out for me. Like it worked out for myself, didn't work out for Con, unfortunately. So but yeah, kind of with the Thursday night, I was happy enough. I was happy the leg would hold up and should be all right for the game.
And there was, as you said, there was a lot of excitement. There was a lot of hype around that game. Like Kerry had to get one over the Dubs. This was what everybody was talking about. Obviously they went on and won the All-Ireland. What was it, I suppose, like on the pitch when you seen Sean O'Shea stepping up to that last kick of the game? It was 55 metres out. So a lot of people, I spoke to Jack O'Connor after the game. He said, I didn't think he could do it. You know, after playing the type of game that he did, how would he do that? Would he have it in his legs? At that point, what was going through your mind?
Yeah, no, it's like similar to like as in it was such a high octane game. There was a lot of bodies going down. It was a tough goal to shoot into. It was a bit of a swirling breeze. So they're all the things going in my head, and I was hoping for. But in fairness to Sean O'Shea, he's a great strike the ball. He knew there wouldn't be a distance problem. I suppose it's just whether he had the accuracy or not. And I come out of some kick, he tipped the hat there, but like it was just tough pill. Like I would like a bit of extra time or a replay or something, but that's the way it goes.
I know. I'm sorry. Now I'm making you relive
the pain.
Yeah, a very very tough moment, and I'm sure, as a player, it's probably something that I don't know. Do you ever get over a loss like that?
No, like he always kind of carried him. Like I always refer back to the game when Donegal about 2014. That had such an impact on the group. Like. And there's just certain games that stick with you, like, and that's one of them that you just could very easily went the other way. But that's why we all play sports. We love it and just love competing at that level.
Yeah, and probably those type of games, as you said, there was maybe the younger lads coming through, and you know that you learn from that. It was probably one of those games that you'll probably always look back on and say, remember how we felt in the dressing room after that game. Yeah,
no, that's it, and you can only get better for that experience, particularly your Lee Gannons and your Larkin O'Dales and these guys who that probably their first exposure to that type of that level and then that type of intensity and the pace of the game stuff. It's you had to experience that a couple of times. And like I said, it was a great game for them. You'd hope they build and get better. And even Fez myself and stuff, there's areas that we can get better at and still improve, regardless of age. So that's just as a group, that's the challenge for us now when the club campaigns come to an end now next couple of weeks, and we turn the eyes for the new season and try and get things right for it, you know.
And what are you like after losing?
Not great company, that's for sure. Look, it's tough. It's a real empty feeling that the week after games, but a few drinks you'd have for there too doesn't help matters either. You've a sore head, but look, it's I always reflect back and have a look at different areas of the game that I thought I could do better or get better for next season, or things that as a team we could do better. So it's just trying to find them areas and improve on them.
Absolutely. And if I had to ask you, like at the moment in that Dublin dressing room, who takes control or who are the leaders in there at the minute? Who would they be?
Yeah, like we've been quite fortunate over the years that there's plenty of guys that take the mantle, but like you've got great guys like your Mick Fitz's, your Johnny Cooper's around, your Conor Callans, Kenil Kenny's, these type of guys. A lot of guys with a lot of experience and have a lot of playing time, but I love seeing the young folk come in. You're like your Lee Ganner, for instance, he was a bit brash and he's confident and he's just going for it, and he's playing free. It's a lovely way to play. So that gives, like myself, a good lift as well, seeing that kind of playing without fear and the kind of, that's the exuberance of youth, as they call it, I suppose. But yeah, look, we've plenty of guys to carry the mantle in the player group and the management team as well, you know.
And how do you think that the game has changed, I suppose, since you would have started out playing county football to now?
Yeah.
How do you think the game's changed?
Yeah, it's like it's light or day really. Like, 'cause even just the trainings, like how much more advanced training's got, and your GPSs now, and you have your gym programs, you have your rehab you know, you've all these different areas, your nutrition. Like when I started off, it was near just go out and train, and you know, it's changed a lot. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe, but yeah, and the game has gone, like, there's your video analysis and your tactics and stuff. It's gone way more, but I still think there's there's still the basics and playing off your instinct and stuff. I think it's all very important still as well. Like, and you can't go wrong improving them areas, like your kicking and your catching, score taking and tackling and all that. That'll still serve you really well, getting them areas right as well.
And even rules wise, obviously we have the mark that wouldn't have been there when you started out then. What do you think of the attacking mark?
I think it should be gone. I really don't like it. Not a fan of it whatsoever. I think you're taking away contests with this stuff. Like a defender marking a forward, the first thing is the contest for the ball. Okay, let's say the forward wins it. The next challenge is, well, take the man on. Can you beat the man? So that's you're nearly getting rid of that with the mark. I think. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it now, to be honest. I think the midfield mark, for instance, I think that's been a great addition.
Yeah.
Reward a guy, you know, in the middle of the park, ball kick 60 yards, he plucks the ball from over 3 or 4 guys' heads. I think that's, you know, I think everyone's happy with that. But I wouldn't be a fan of the forward mark now. And I suppose I'm coming from the defender's aspect, but I just think you're getting rid of them tussles and the contests. So, and I think everyone goes to watch them.
Yeah.
You know? Well, I think the majority of people love seeing a forward win a ball and take a defender on, or defender strip a forward of the ball. So I think the more that we have, the better. And I think the mark kind of takes that away, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would have thought as a defender that your game almost in a way needs to change, because you're thinking, okay, he's going to put his hand up here rather than go in tight and try to contest him, because you're wondering what's he going to do.
And it's even that little, the moment the forward catches the ball, like, there's decisiveness from the back and the forward and the referee. I just think it complicates the thing. Whereas bring back the way it used to be, I think it was nothing wrong with it, you know.
Absolutely. And what would you say then that motivates you or drives you around football?
Look, we have a great group there. Like, I have a lot of close friends, and I still enjoy going training. And look, I'm obviously getting older. I've less years ahead than I have behind, but I'm still enjoying it. I still enjoy the training and competing. Albeit I don't enjoy January and February as I don't think I ever enjoyed them, but I don't enjoy them as much maybe as I used to. They're obviously tough months, but as the year goes on, you get very excited for when the summer football is coming. So, I like competing at that level and still thinking I can perform at that level, and I definitely think our groups can still compete at the highest level as well. So that obviously a factor as well. So, got to be finished playing long enough as well. So I suppose why not try and play as long as you can.
That's it.
Yeah.
And something that I always wondered, what is the difference between, say, Dessie as a management style to Jim Gavin?
Like, a lot of similarities. Obviously there could be some differences as well, but like they're quite similar as well with their calmness of the group and how they talk to players and stuff. But there is differences, but like that's the difference between me and Mick. So I know everyone's different way, but people looking the outside going, have been a success in the period now, but like there's been huge change over in the players and stuff, and that's a big factor as well. But we're still very close, and we're still knocking around. Like as in, I've been played some, like I said, I played so many games back years ago, semi-finals and finals, there'll be 1 way point or replays or extra times. There's just at that level in the semis and finals or them big games, it's such small things that can change, and we've been on the wrong side of it the last 2 seasons. So it's up to us to make sure we're on the right side of it next year.
And looking back at all those days to now, how would you sum up your time in a Dublin jersey to date?
Oh, look, amazing, some of the best days of my life. Incredible, and even like still making them even this season, albeit not being as successful, but still, it's a huge privilege to be able to play at that level and play with your county, obviously, and that's everyone's ambitions when they're kids. So, getting called Croke Park and full stadiums, like there's not much better thing you can do in life. So, some incredible memories, and hope to still make a couple of more.
What's the aims for the year ahead then?
Yeah, well, look, it's just start from the start, and we're obviously with the league campaign kick it off. We got relegated from Division 1 next year, and we always go out and try and win every game we play. So that's be our first focus. And it's going to be a tough Division 2 this year. So, try and get back up to Division 1. That's where every team wants to play their football. And that'd be the first goal. And then, of course, you'd love to try and get an All-Ireland title towards the end of the year. But there's a long way to go from there now to then. And and we've a club campaign to get through here now as well. So look,
Yeah, you'd love to.
The mind will eventually turn that way.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd love to add a 9th All-Ireland.
Well, look. They're so hard to win. So if you get a chance to do another one, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
Brilliant, James. Well, thanks so much, and thanks for your time today.
No problem. Thanks, Ash.